Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Anna and today I'm going to show you my green bean casserole. Just imagine tender green beans in a creamy mushroom soup topped with crispy French fried onions. It's just delightful and it should be in every holiday table, especially to me, like Thanksgiving, it's when I usually bring this out, but you can make it throughout the year whenever you like because it is absolutely delicious. Here's what you need to get started. First off, we have green beans. These are fresh green beans that I trimmed. So you want to trim the ends and cut them in half. At least I like to cut them in half so they're smaller pieces just like this, because otherwise I feel like they're too big and then they're uncomfortable to eat. I also gave them a good rinse to get rid of any dirt or anything you might have. You're going to need some mushroom, shallot, garlic, some parsley and thyme, a little bit of all-purpose flour, some Parmesan cheese, which is going to make it so creamy and gooey and delicious, chicken stock, heavy cream, butter, and I like to add, there is a fly in my kitchen right now and it's driving me insane. So you're going to need a little bit of bacon. I personally love to add bacon. I think it just adds this smoky, delicious flavor to it. But sometimes I don't add it if I don't have it in hand and it still comes out absolutely delicious. So if you want to omit the bacon, you can absolutely do that. And then you're going to need, like I said, your French fried onions. So that is pretty much all you are going to need. Well, you're also going to need a little bit of salt and pepper, but that is pretty self-explanatory. First thing I'm going to do is blanch my green beans. So to do that, you need a medium saucepan filled with water, and I'm going to bring this to a boil. So you want your heat on high. You want to wait for the water to come to a boil. We're going to add a little bit of salt and then we're going to add the green beans and cook them for about 2 minutes, but we'll get to that in just a second. So let me set this aside real quick because we have to work on the bacon. Now I'm going to add the bacon to my cold skillet. Turn on the heat to medium low. And we're going to let the bacon render some of its fat. That's going to provide some beautiful flavor as well that are going to make this casserole divine. So let's get that cooking. And then now I'm just going to finely mince my mushroom, shallot, and garlic. You can pretty much chop them however you want. You can do a fine dice, more roughly chopped, whatever you like. I personally don't want the mushrooms to be like the center of attention. I just want them to be in there and infuse the sauce and just provide beautiful flavor. But I don't like big chunks of mushroom in my green bean casserole. But that it's up to you. So let me do this and I'll be right back. My bacon, it's nice and crispy. It didn't render too much fat, but that's all right because that's where the butter comes in. So we're going to add a little bit of butter. If your bacon renders a lot of fat, then you would have to reduce the amount of butter that you use. And before I forget, I did clean my mushrooms, and the best way to do it is by grabbing a damp paper towel, just going over them to remove some of the dirt that it has. So with that being said, let's add in our mushroom and the shallot. And I'm also going to add the butter. I should have added the butter before the mushroom and the shallot, but that's all right because it's gonna melt either way and it's going to help us cook all of our beautiful ingredients. So we wanna give that a good stir. Once the shallot and the mushrooms are nice and soft and tender, we are going to add the garlic and we're going to cook it for about a minute. Now, all I want to do is bring up the heat to medium, and my water is pretty much coming to a boil. So I'm going to salt it very nicely, and I'm going to add in my green beans. Now, the green beans are going to cook, like I said, for about 2 to 3 minutes. You want them bright green. I also have a bowl with some ice cold water. You want to grab a medium bowl, add cold water from the refrigerator, some ice, because that's the way we blanch the green beans. So let's add these right in here. The shallots and mushrooms are looking fantastic. Now it's time to add in the garlic, and we're just gonna let it cook for about a minute or so. Make sure you stir that in. Like I said, only about a minute because you don't want the garlic to burn. You just want it to get nice and fragrant. This looks about right. So now I'm going to add in my chopped parsley, just like so, and also my thyme, and I'm just going to pull the leaves off the stem. Okay, we're gonna give this a quick stir. I'm letting my mushroom mixture cook for about 30 more seconds. And now my green beans, it's very steamy here, but my green beans boiled for about 3 minutes. And now I have a medium bowl with some ice cold water, and I'm going to add in all of the green beans. Now we're gonna let it sit in here for about 3 more minutes, and that will give us the perfect green beans for a casserole. The mushroom looks great. Now it's time to add in our flour. Now you want to stir and stir for about 30 seconds. You want to cook out the raw flour taste. So that's gonna take about 30 seconds to a minute. Okay, this looks great. It's been cooking for about a minute, so now we add in our chicken stock and we stir. And you also want to add in your heavy cream. And we give it a good stir. Beautiful. Now we season it with a little bit of salt and some pepper. And as it boils away, the sauce will thicken, and this makes the perfect cream of mushroom soup to go with your casserole. It doesn't compare to the canned stuff. I can assure you of that. So trust me, this is not very complicated, but will make the best green bean casserole. Look how beautiful this looks. So I'm going to add in my parm, stir that in. And I'm going to let this cook on medium low for a few minutes so the flavors can all combine and marry together. The mushroom soup or mixture, however you want to call it, looks incredible and it tastes incredible. I did taste it for seasoning and it is perfect. Now we add in our blanched green beans and we give everything a good mix. If the cream is too thick for you, you can always add a little more chicken stock or a little more cream to thin it out, but to me it's perfect. We transfer this goodness into our baking dish. You want to spread it out. Okay, this is perfect. I like to top it with a little bit of fried onion just over the top as it bakes, and then we add a little bit more once it comes out of the oven. This is going to go into our preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 to 25 minutes until it's bubbly and delicious. I'll show you exactly what it looks like once it's done. My casserole just came out of the oven. It was there for 22 minutes and it is absolutely perfect. So now it's time to add the rest of the green beans. I like to add some before and some just right after it comes out of the oven. It just provides different textures. So it's just phenomenal. And I like it with tons of fried onion. I want you to see how perfectly creamy and delicious this green bean casserole is. Look at this. Look how perfect. It's creamy, tons of fried onion, which is gonna make it perfect combination between creamy, tender, crunchy. Now it's my favorite part, the part that makes me the most excited, which is the taste test. It's so good. The bacon gives it a beautiful smoky flavor. Green beans are tender. The cream of mushroom soup that we make does not compare to the can whatsoever. And the fried onions on top are like the cherry on top. Perfection. There really can be more perfect green bean casserole than this. I can promise you that. Written recipe on my website, anitasselectrecipes.com. There's a direct link to it in the description box. I hope you make the recipe and I hope you love it as much as I do. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.